pretty good. How much experience have you had? Like if I gave you a team to run, would you run it?
I can set it up, but I don't know how to like that stuff.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Has anybody else had a camera experience? Yeah, you.
I got two modifiers as well.
Oh, have you?
Two flashes.
Have you got modifiers?
Just one bounce. I brought my umbrella.
Alright, and you got nothing to say. Alright. Put it into a brolly or a softbox or whatever so that we get our light source comes from this to this because we're bouncing in an area, right? Yeah. So everybody knows what a brolly is. Yeah. You can get different size brollies. This is a 43 inch. They're not great in windy conditions because they fly everywhere. You have to stand them like this. You got a reflector brolly. This hasn't been opened. These are cheap though, they're like $6, $8, 33 inches. They're really cheap, so you don't worry about them if you leave them in a shoot or whatever. You then have what they call Gary Fongs or Stofens. Does anybody have Stofen? Yeah?
That used to be more, but I do.
Okay. So Stofen is like a piece of Tupperware. You just put over your flash and it diffuses the light, bounces it everywhere. They're really pointless unless you're going to use a background light. You've got soft boxes. I'm going to get your soft box. Please. Yeah, that. You can get them a lot bigger than that. You can get octoboxes, which are like 1.8 meters wide. Like photographers can stand in front of them and take photos and you can't even see the shadow. This is a balance S-size. Quick fold softbox. So that's the kind of softbox you can use if you're doing an off-camera flash. That'll be your main key light. You can get flash mounts for them for speed lights as well. So your apparent light in this, in comparison to a flash head, your flash head's this big, your light's now this big, right? So you get better coverage on the model wraps. You got beauty dishes, which are like big bowls, white bowls. Beauty dishes are good, but they're really hard to carry like around. So you can't fold them up, you can't chuck them in the bag. Mine's got reflectors.
Hello, how you going? I'm great.
Reflectors are really cool. You can use reflectors for your flash work. It's only a little one. But if I only had this on the field and I've got a flash, I can bounce the flash into the reflector so that my apparent light source is bigger again. This is a 5.
Anyone needs reflectors?
Yeah. I've heard Mike's stock's pretty good. This isn't actually from Mike. I bought it before he had it. You got scrims. Yep. This is pretty much an effective scrim. The scrim's transparent to a point. You put it between the light and the model, and it diffuses the sun. Really good on a hot day if you don't get those bad reflections.
So what would that do? Just eliminate maybe a bit of the shadow?
Yeah, it just even the light out on the face. Yep. The big ones are really good because you can cover a whole model with a. They don't get used much anymore. People tend to sit there and put a flash in their face and then just shoot a shitload of flash into their face to eliminate the light. But it sometimes doesn't get good. Yeah. So. This is pretty much what we're going to be doing, right? So we've got 2 flashes. One flash is going to trigger the other flash. And then we'll get 2 light sources or even 3 light sources all pointing at the model at the same time. So we're going to create the light and forget the fact that there's actual sun around. You've got gobos. Gobos, I've actually made my own gobo. Gobos are great. If you've got a flash that's out the back or to the side of the flash pointing towards the camera, you put a gobo on it, and a gobo will block the light from the camera, so the camera doesn't get that flash burn. Snoods. So snoods work the opposite to diffusing lights. Snoods are like a big light, yeah, they're fun. They're black inside, so they don't bounce light, and you can use them for hair lights, rim lights, back lights, so you can light the back of people's hands, or just their hair, or just their face if it's in a really dark area. It's really harsh light though, so when you use snoods, you try and use as little power as possible. Like some people use 1/128 of power just to light someone's face because it's just too harsh. There's grids. Grids are the same kind of thing as a snoot, but it's got lots of little holes in it, so really direct the light onto the model or onto the specific thing that you're taking photos of. Now, what you need to do stroboscope or off-camera flash. So, light stand. I like these light stands. I've got them with a crappy set of studio lights. They're really light. Easy to use. bring lights. You need your flash bracket. This is a ball bracket. They're pretty crap. This is a ball pick. And then your flash just goes on top of that. And depending on whether or not you're using a proprietary system, like you might be using CLS, Nikon CLS, you could be using your ETS gel for your ST2. You won't need a trigger. These ones will need a trigger because it's an old shitty Sigma flash. Other thing I wanted to talk about was gels. When you're using flash with ambient light with room light, you use these things called gels, right? The gels are color gels. They're calibrated for light from tungsten, from fluoro, all that kind of stuff. So when you're inside and you need to balance that ambient light with the flashlight, you use gels to either warm or cool down the light depending on what the light source is like inside. There's also windows as well. You've got the window green because you get a slight green tinge from the window, so you can balance it out. I don't use gels very much, I just do it all post.
Do they work like a filter?
Yeah, they're a flash filter.